Welcome to Nature Studies. My name's Jake. Today, we'll be learning about animal calls. More specifically, we'll learn why animals make all kinds of different sounds, what some of these sounds mean, and what we can learn from the sounds animals make. Let's get started. I'm sure many of you have heard animals make all kinds of sounds before, but I'm going to show you a few pictures of animals and let you hear the sounds they make so you can get a better idea of what I'm talking about. This is probably an animal most of you have seen before. Do you remember what sounds it makes? Nice. How about this one? Do you know what sounds this one makes? Ooh, spooky. How about this one? Do you know what sounds this animal makes? Now this animal makes a lot of different sounds. Let's have a listen. Wow. How about this one? I'm sure you've seen this animal around before. What sounds does it make? Not bad. Now that I've refreshed your memory of a few animals and the sounds they make, why don't you make the sound of your favorite animal? Wow, that's really good. How about one more time? Nice, good job. Here, see if you can guess what animal this is. Caw-caw, caw-caw. Caw-caw, caw-caw. Any guesses? That was my crow call. I might need a little bit more practice. I'm not as good as you are yet. So why do you think animals are making these sounds? Are they talking to each other? Are they trying to talk to you? Well, animals make sounds for many reasons. They mostly make sounds because they're trying to communicate something. Communicate or communication means trying to give information to someone else or say something. So these animals make sounds because they're trying to give information or say something to other animals or us. When animals make a sound, they're trying to communicate with animals of their same species, or they can be trying to communicate with other species, even including humans. So what would the animals be saying to each other? There are many things they'd want to say to each other. They can make sounds to check in on their friends and family to make sure they're still nearby. They can make noises to let their family know they found food. When they're old enough, they can make sounds to attract a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Babies can call for their mom, dad, or other family members. And they can be yelling at other animals of their species, like when they're telling them to stay away from their food, family, or their home territory. Territory is a fancy word for an area of land, water, or air that an animal wants control over. I'm sure if you have a backyard, there are probably a few birds and squirrels that think that's part of their territory. Animals don't use words to speak to each other like we do, but they can still tell each other a lot just from all the different sounds they can make. What are some animals that you can think of that communicate with each other using different sounds or calls? Most birds use many different sounds to communicate with each other. If you listen outside, the animal you're most likely to hear are songbirds. Not bad. Many mammals are known for communicating with each other using sounds and calls too. In case you didn't know, mammals are the large family of animals that are warm-blooded, produce milk for their young, and many of them have hair or fur. Humans are actually members of this big animal family, along with cats, dogs, whales, dolphins, monkeys, bear, mice, squirrels, and any other animals that are warm-blooded and have fur or the mothers produce milk. Mammals have some of the most advanced communications using their sounds, and many mammals like dogs, whales, and dolphins even have different accents just like people do. An accent means that when you speak, you'll sound slightly different depending on what region you're from. Here's a few examples. If you're from Wisconsin, your accent might sound a little bit like this. Hey, you over there, can I get some cheese curds, extra ranch, please? Thank you. If you're from the South, your accent might sound a little bit like this. Hooey, I sure could use a sweet tea. And if you're from the UK, your accent might sound a bit like this. Oh, would you look at that? Past time for tea. Like I mentioned earlier, animals also make sounds to communicate with other species, even humans. What are some reasons why an animal would want to say something to a human or a different kind of animal? One of the reasons I can think of is that an animal could be warning others to stay away. Like how birds and squirrels can make all kinds of chirps to warn you to stay away from their tree, or how sometimes a dog will bark if anyone comes near their yard. Animals can also make noises that let all the animals around them know there's danger nearby. Birds and squirrels are really good at this. They can make different sounds if they detect danger somewhere in the air or if they detect danger coming from the ground. Animals can also make noises to communicate with you that they like you or they want to be your friend, like cats when they meow or dogs when they're barking and want to play with you. So today we learned all about how animals make all kinds of sounds. We learned why animals make some of these sounds. And we learned what animals are trying to say when they make sounds. This video would have been a few hours long if we listened to all the different sounds animals can make. So after this, I want you to look up all kinds of different animals and the sounds they make on your own. I include a few links to get you started, and then you can have someone help you look up the sounds for whatever kind of animals you want. Today, we discussed how animals communicate using their sounds, but animals can communicate in many other ways too, like using their colors, different smells, or by how they're acting. So keep that in mind. And finally, from now on, whenever you hear an animal making a noise, I want you to think about what it's trying to say. Thanks for watching. See you next time.